It begins not with a mess, but with a miracle of horror. A high-profile city councilman Richard is found in his penthouse, seated in his favorite armchair, a book open on his lap. He looks peaceful. His heart has been surgically removed, but there is no blood, no struggle, and no forensic evidence. The anomaly is a strange, high-pitched audio frequency buried in the building security feed that causes nausea in those who hear it. The law is blind. The FBI is baffled. The media dubs the killer, the surgeon, is just getting started. The wave of panic grips the city. The X Mafia Crew is playing poker when the world intrudes. The bell above their social club doesn't just chime, it screams a warning. Nicola Vitali looks up, and the air changes. Federal Deputy Director Ethan stands there, his expensive suit doing nothing to hide the tremor in his hands. He's not here to arrest them. He's here to beg. They're calling him the surgeon, Ethan says, his voice ragged. He's taken 4 mayors, judges, the city's rotting from the inside out, and we can't even find a fingerprint. You can go where we can't. You can fight fire with something darker. Elias, the prophet, stirring from his corner, lets out a breath that smells of dust and graves. This is not a man you hunt, he whispers, his clouded eyes seeing a different world. This is a wind that cuts. A silence that screams. You are asking us to trap a ghost. He had known the outcome not from reports, but from the signs. But the deal is struck. A desperate handshake between law and shadow. The hunt begins. Vito finds the thread. All the victims were investors in Aegis Dynamics, a private military corporation that vanished 5 years ago. They weren't just killed, Vito mutters, they were repossessed. Vito isolates the audio frequency from the crime scenes. The moment he plays it, a glass of water on the table shatters. His face goes pale. It's a weapon. A sonic key. It doesn't just paralyze the body, it paralyzes the soul. For exactly 60 seconds. Marco, the ghost, melts into the city's underbelly. He returns with a name whispered in terror, Echo Protocol. A black-budget project to create the perfect assassin. It didn't create a soldier. It created a predator. The horror becomes personal when Finn, the jackal, slips into an abandoned warehouse and sees it firsthand. A man in a black tactical suit, moving with an unnatural, fluid grace, places a device on a wall. A low hum fills the air, and his target, a corrupt union boss, simply freezes mid-step, eyes wide with a terror he cannot voice, body refusing his commands. Finn watches, hidden and helpless, as the killer performs his gruesome work with the cold efficiency of a machine. He returns to the crew, trembling, no longer a boy playing a game. They're not ghosts, Axel growls, his fists clenching. They're meat. And meat can be broken. He makes the call. The Iron Devils answers. Not as backup, but as a cavalry of chaos. Their roaring hogs become the soundtrack of the hunt, a mobile wall of denim and fury that corners the killer's black van in a breathtaking, high-speed chase through the city's industrial heart. The trail leads down, into the city's forgotten veins. An abandoned subway station, deep beneath the streets. The air is cold, smelling of ozone and decay. This is the nest. The final confrontation is a symphony of terror. The lights flicker and die, plunging them into a darkness punctuated by sudden, paralyzing sound blasts. The Reapers are revealed. Pale, hairless, their eyes covered by glowing optical sensors. They don't speak. They don't scream. They just move. Fast. Silent. Unstoppable. The Iron Devils, topside, seal every exit, their bikes forming a steel barricade against the world. Axel meets one in the dark. It's like fighting a shark. His powerful blows are dodged or absorbed. A pipe slams into the thing's ribs with a crack, but it doesn't falter. It's a brutal, desperate brawl of man versus machine. Bella, her voice a steady anchor in the chaos, guides the team, her compassion turning to cold fury as she sees the rows of specimens in glass jars. Vito, using a modified sound system, unleashes a screeching counter-frequency. For a moment, the Reapers stagger, their greatest weapon turned against them. Nicola corners their leader, the Alpha subject. He finds not a monster, but a tragic wretch, a man twisted by science and pain, who whispers, "We are the cure." For a heartbeat, Nicola sees not an enemy, but a victim. Then he raises his weapon. The choice is not between right and wrong, but between one tragedy and a greater one. The shot echoes in the cavernous dark, final and grim. In the aftermath, as the sirens wail above, Deputy Director Ethan keeps his word. The city is safe. The X Mafia Crew fades back into the shadows, their legend cemented. But back at the club, Elias places a gnarled hand on a dusty, old radio. A faint, familiar high-pitched whine, a ghost of the sonic key, crackles from the speaker for a single, terrifying second before dying out. He looks at Nicola, his ancient eyes full of a dark knowing. "You closed a door," Elias raises. But the echo remains. The war is over. But the signal is still out there. Waiting.